My sides have never hurt so much from laughing before, not even when you got sliced by a sword in the ribs. Really? And my mouth ached from grinning all the time. However, each sip of cider seemed to lose its sweetness whenever I thought about tomorrow. Right, they would leave in the morning. When dinner was concluded, I urged my friends to get some fresh air, since it would help with the cleanup. They would probably want some time to themselves to reflect or visit a location anyways. I trooped up to my room and laid my bag out. Everything felt so familiar, welcoming, like I had never left. Sensing sort of routine, I snatched up my blanket to use as a shawl. Might as well. This probably would be the last time to meet them like this. Omari was settled by one of the apple trees, its orange leaves visible even in the dark. Instead of waiting for me to sit down, he got up and approached me.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming out to see me. I wasn't sure if I should bother you in your house. Huh, I wouldn't have minded soaking in the scenery one last time. Yes, I love it here. I'm not sure when I'll be allowed to visit another Heavenkind town again. I couldn't hide my dejected expression, and Ilmari fidgeted anxiously. Without warning, Ilmari embraced me tightly. I'm really going to miss you. I wanted this journey to go on forever. Same, Ilmari. How long will you be gone for? You'll be allowed to visit at least once, right? I'll do everything I can. I'm going to see if I can encourage writing, recording, and Dragonkind culture. It'll probably lessen the roles of knowledge keepers somewhat, but then it'll allow us to more freedom. Oh no! No! Well, let's go. Wait. That sounds like you're going to change the system. Fucking... Well, let go. His hands clutched my shoulders. Alright, sounds like you're going to change the system.
Of course.
Of course. It won't happen overnight, of course. Of course, of course. It's a horse, of course. But it'll be sure to promote more Heavenkind and Dragonkind interaction. Heh, if you keep up your reading lessons, promise I'll write letters to you. Though I'm not sure how it'll arrive to where you are. Guessing you don't have an address.
What?
An address? His lips quivered and he hugged me again. This is so unfair. You still have so much to teach me about Heavenkind, about you. I know. Believe me, I feel the same way. I rubbed his back comfortingly, letting my fingers comb through his hair. I devoted my memory to the form of his figure in our embrace. Nothing more needed to be said, and remained in the hug for a few more minutes. And when Ilmari's shoulders stopped trembling, his breath became calmer, I slowly stepped back, dropping my arms. I really can't thank you enough for continuously hitting your pop filter through everything. I'm grateful that you got the chance to join you and care. At least you two will stick together from now on, right? A pained look appeared on his face. Yes, but what about you? I'll be fine. I'll keep myself busy. You won't be the only one with your hands full. That reminds me, where is Care? I need to say goodnight to him, too. I think he's closer to your home. Huh? Thought he'd be farther away. He likes the pastry scent that your house has. Ha 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 ha. Figures. Ha 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 ha. We burst out laughing. Remembering the blanket I draped around Omari. Sure you won't be cold tonight? You could always spend the night indoors. He shook his head, held the blanket close to his chest.
Thank you.
Thank you. Care and I will be fine. I'll see you in the morning, Auralee. I departed on a high note. Now I just had to find Care. Mari was right about Care loitering around my house. In fact, he was resting against the wall outside as I peered around the corner. Ha 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 ha. Surprise visit. Stealth is my strong point. He arched an unimpressed eyebrow. Annoying. I wasn't surprised at all. I heard you stomping all over town. I was not stomping. I was walking normally. Plopped down in front of him, resting on my knees. He was sitting cross-legged, his hands gripping his ankles. Looking forward to being back to normal tomorrow? Have expected a blunt yes, but a grumbling agreement. Instead, I was answered with awkward silence. Care? He snapped out of his trance. I guess. At least I won't be pathetically weak. Believe me, you're still plenty strong in this form. You probably lose your ability to punch, though. Can dragons even do that? I'll be the first ones to try. He made a fist and mimicked a fake punch to my forehead, nudging it softly. I giggled. Look, now that it's coming down to this, I guess I might as well say a few things. I smirked and peered at him knowingly. Is this another reluctant confession? He let out a sheepish chuckle. More willing, promise. What did he say? I was talking. Thanks. I wanted to say thanks for everything. I mean, I was a pain at first. I really didn't make it easy for you, right?
Right!
That was way too cheerful for the face you have on right now. You didn't have to agree so quickly. I guess it was just quarrelsome. I regret not opening up to you earlier. Feel like I created a lot of unpleasant memories. See, that slapping sound is not a light punch to the arm, which she gave him in the dialogue where it says, I gave him a light punch to the arm to dissuade his conviction. What are you talking about? I looked fondly on all of them, even our bickering, petty arguments. I like to think we've matured since then, at least a little. Speaking of confessing, there's a small question that has been nagging at me ever since we met. Never asked because I knew you'd get upset. I like to think the care now will answer differently. He perked up quizzically. And that is, can I touch your ears? He face-palmed and groaned loudly. Fine, just for a moment. I squealed like a schoolgirl. Still on my knees, I positioned myself so I could lean over better and extend my arms. He glowered at me in disgruntlement, but I ignored his expression as my fingers rubbed the shield-like material. Wow, they really are hard as a rock. So I let my fingers graze the grooves and crevices. Kier's irritation vanished, and his eyes lingered towards my neck, wondering if I was making him uncomfortable. I let go, but he reached out and enveloped back with his arms, pulling me close. Care. He nuzzled my neck, and I pulled away in surprise. What are you doing? Something I wanted to do in your arms stroll, before a certain person panicked. So that was it. You seriously think I was going to bite you? Well, you moved so suddenly, and my mind went blank. Necks are vulnerable. When a dragon kind exposes their neck in anger to another, it means I trust you. When you rested your head back, I thought it was a sign, so I requited. Then I pulled away. Talk about mixed signals. Tell me about it. A sheepish giggle to ease my nerves. Yeah, I apologize. Thank and trust you, Care. Gingerly, he lowered his face once again, and I tilted my head to the side in response. Content, he delicately nudged my throat with his nose. He stopped moving, and I could feel his breath on my neck.
Leave it to me.
Leave it to me. When I return, I promise to learn how to master the transformation spell. That way, I can see you again. I'll have to become a better pupil to master Bedros, but I think it's about time I took my studies more seriously. Umari and I will do our best to retain strong relationships between our race. Never thought I'd be saying something like that in a million years. He pulled away so he could see my face, his hands now cradling my shoulders. Heavenkind aren't so bad. Still small and annoying, though, and ignorant about Ishtera. Are you referring to Heavenkind in general, or just me? He feigned contemplating. I wonder. We changed a quick hug and then both stood up. I'll see you in the morning then. Good night, Care. Night. I gave him a small wave and retired for the night. My heart feeling heavy about tomorrow. Sunlight filtered through the curtains. I intuitively rolled over to grab my scabbard, which was propped up on the side of the bed frame. sat up, clutching the sheath. Chuckled to myself. Old habits yard. Old habits die hard. It's not like I'm a knight now. Just as I was pondering on whether to return my weapon to a plaque, my door creaked open. Instantly, I drew my sword!
Whoa!
Carrie's face appeared for a second before vanishing behind the door.
The hell?
Whoa, the heck? Stop doing that. I'm supposed to knock before entering a girl's room. I sighed and sheathed my sword before attaching it to my belt, and I opened the door. Is this how Heavenkind normally act? It's how I act. If your mom did advise me to knock. But I wasn't awake before. I am now. Hey, couldn't sleep that well. Both exchanged strained smiles. Same here. Had a lot on my mind. Downstairs, my dad was setting breakfast on the kitchen. Downstairs, my dad was setting breakfast on the table. I could hear Ilmari and my mom's voices drifting in from the kitchen. Curious, I moved closer to hear them talk, but Ilmari dressed me before I could even see them. I'd appreciate if you didn't eavesdrop on this conversation, Auralee.
Oh, sorry about that.
Sorry about that. Sorry. I could hear my mom laughing and decided to respect Ilmari's wish for now. Guess she wasn't happy the first time I did it. Glass of Care gazed intently at the floor and realized he was able to hear the conversation clearly. I wanted to ask, but instead of poking Care's shoulder to get attention, going for a quick walk. Want to come with, or will you stay here? I'll go. Outside, the air was crisp. There was little activity compared to the first time Care and Ilmari visited Barry. After spending all that time in Oliver, no idea I would miss my hometown so badly. Fucking... What do you do when you get back, besides being a good student to Master Bedros? Cut off every dragon who infringes on my territory while I was gone? Why am I surprised? Not surprised. Care's ears perked up. He turned around and followed his glance. Home was still within our sight, so I did Ilmari and quickly joined us in our stroll. Raised a skeptical eyebrow. How was the talk? He mustered an apologetic smile, then mused here. About that. Karen and Molly exchanged looks. I told your mom about everything, what happened with Merchant Ventures. I gaped and waved my arm in disapproval. How dare you? You did what? I didn't want to cause her any worry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I know. However, your concern is valid. About Argent Valor searching for you after what happened. Actually, actions were likely reported. And we don't know who the merchant was working for. If we just had Amari eat him, I would have solved everything. Wait, you wanted me to what? No, that would have made it worse for sure. Fortunate that no one was seriously hurt in that skirmish. I wish we'd handled it better, but the guild was aware of the cargo, so it'd still be treated as a thief. I'm not sure. Did this happen because they were ignorant about your ways, or should I notify a council member? I ruffled my hair, fearing my mind getting muddled up. Try not to overthink it. There's too many unanswered questions. I think the best method is to directly talk to one of the wise dragons for now.
I promise.
You've already done so much for us. Let us return the favor. We'll take care of it. You probably won't be much help at this point anyways. Care? No, Care's right. A hair in my mouth. I don't have much influence, and I'm definitely expelled from the guild. Doubt I could become a knight now. The guilt was visible on their faces.
I'm sorry.
We should have come up with a different plan. Kira and I had seized the contents instead of you.